Display by government demolition exercise sharply criticized the government and demand urgent resettlement packages for their demolished homes and businesses. Away from home, a Nigerian senator who was suspended after accusing the Senate president of sexual harassment, which he denies, has been refused entry to the parliamentary complex. People in a gold mine area in the east of the Democratic Republic of Congo are found using their bare hands and basic tools to free miners trapped on the ground. These plus the news bulletin, voices of those making the news at our package will take a short break to be right back. Welcome back at this juncture. We join Sam Andrews with the news bulletin.
The government of Liberia, through the office of the president, has reportedly postponed the commissioning ceremony of recently confirmed Chief Justice Yamin Kwesi. Justice Kwesi, aged 66, was confirmed by the Liberian Senate on July 17 as Chief Justice of the Republic of Liberia. According to sources, the new Chief Justice commissioning was earlier scheduled for Wednesday, July 23rd, despite Chief Justice Yanin Yo not officially turning over power. The outgoing Chief Justice has since vowed to hold on to power up to the closing of the Supreme Court in August this year. In a related development, the president of the Liberia National Bar Association, Bono Vama, has warned against what he described as looming constitutional crisis into wrong handling of the succession between outgoing and incoming chief justices of the Supreme Court, noting that it could lead to serious legal complications. His caution comes amid public speculation following reports that the incoming Chief Justice is expected to be commissioned by the President before the official retirement of the current Chief Justice on August 15. However, Councilor Obama underscored that strict adherence to constitutional procedures and judicial tradition is essential to preserving the credibility of the process. The Liberal National Bar Association president outlined three critical constitutional provisions governing the appointment and transition of Supreme Court justices. He cited Article 72B, which mandates the retirement age as 70 for the Chief Justice and Associate Justices of the Supreme Court. Article 54C grants the President the authority to appoint justices with the consent of the Senate, and Article 68, which requires that no justice may assume office without first taking and subscribing to an official oath. According to Councilor Obama, these articles together mean that although the nomination and Senate confirmation of the new Chief Justice are constitutionally valid, the assumption of the office must only occur after August 15, when the current Chief Justice retirement officially despite confirming that the president acted within his constitutional rights by nominating and securing the confirmation of the incoming Chief Justice. Castavana cautioned that any early off-taking or assumption of office will raise legal red flags. Authorities of the Ministry of Transport have turned the 45 years contract awarded to Lebanese company Libya Transport Management as a total breach of the ministry constitutional mandate. On Tuesday, the Transport Ministry authorities shut down offices of the ministry as endorsement of its employees' continuous protest against what they described as controversial contract awarded to Libya Transport Management. LTM, a Lebanese firm, has been granted an exclusive control of Liberia's traffic management and road system for the next 25 years, something dozens of Liberians criticized. The Ministry of Transport Press and Public Affairs Director Shadrach Brown, who addressed the press conference Tuesday, called on the government to allow the ministry to carry out its constitutional responsibilities. The Ministry of Transport employees who are continuing their protest have cited serious national security implications and a major financial imbalance in projected revenues if LTM must be awarded a contract. During their serial protest on Monday, they argued that the deal undervalues public revenue by a significant margin and accused the company's owner of having political ties to Hezbollah, a group designated as a terrorist organization by several Western nations. According to them, the Ministry of Transport currently generates approximately 9.1 million United States dollars annually, which amounts to over 225 million in the course of 25 years, adding that the agreement under the terms of the contract with Liberia Traffic Management is slated to contribute only 1.5 million a year or 40 million across 25 years, less than 18% of potential earnings. While their claims remain unverified, the employees spokesman call on the government to do a comprehensive security and financial investigation into the company and its leadership. Dozens of occupants of Newport Street in central Monrovia are left displaced as a result of government's recent massive demolition exercise in the area. Newport and Randa Street communities with over 5,361 inhabitants in other areas in central Monrovia have usually been affected by government demolition as several structures, including homes and businesses, have been destroyed. Some of the displaced individuals who spoke to King's FM expressed deep frustration in the government, accusing it of demolishing their homes and businesses without prior notice to have them to enable them properly vacate their area. A local businessman identified as Alpha Saturday said prior to the demolition, the government through the Ministry of Public Works marked their structures but did not notify them about the demolition date, stating that they were taken by surprise. Mr. Saturday and others complained of losing their businesses and properties and demanding the government to resettle them. Several others, including a health practitioner named Esther Quire, who said she lives in the area for nearly 25 years, criticized the government's demolition, describing it as injustice and total abuse of the poor. The president of the African Development Bank, Akinwumi Adesina, has urged officials of the Boakai-led administration to be proactive, demanding urgent performance in accountability and transparency. Speaking during a high-level extended cabinet meeting and the official launch of Liberia Youth Entrepreneurship Investment Bank at Ellen Johnson Salute Ministerial Complex in Congo Town Tuesday, Dr. Abisina said it's over for political grandstanding for public officials. The Nigerian economist and Minister of Agriculture said Nigeria must move beyond ceremonial governance to a model that values outcomes over political impression. He criticized what he described as a culture of lip service in government, where promises often outweigh performance. He challenged cabinet ministers and top public officials to stop chasing titles and start diverting results for a nation scale, reeling from years of underdevelopment, misgovernance, and youth unemployment. Dr. Akinwumi Adesina called for urgency and substance in governance, adding that in a country where economic hardship and youth unemployment remain pressing issues, schools of decades, including present and past government officials as well as lawyers, risk their properties being confiscated due to delayed loan payments obligation. To avoid the confiscation of properties, several of the debtors were seen trooping in at EcoBank Liberia Limited Central Office and Global Law Partners Associate Law Offices to renegotiate their loan terms agreement. Recently, the Ventura Board of Directors reached a resolution to initiate legal proceedings to recover overdue or delayed loan payments obligation. With this resolution, the non-compliant debtor properties are set to be auctioned in the coming weeks as a result of default on loan payment. Former Public Works Minister Ruth Cooper Collins is a monitoring Liberian willing to remain resilient and steadfast amid challenges as a means of pursuing their business endeavors. Speaking at the second graduation ceremony of Village Savings and Loan Association recently in Normantown, Riverside County District 2, Madam Collins applauded the efforts of more than 1,000 women who successfully completed the program. The VSLA, founded in May 2023, is a community-driven initiative aimed at empowering women through access to small-scale financial services to enable them to start, grow, and sustain their businesses. The former Public Works Minister, Christopher Collins, who is the founder and chief executive officer of the association, praised the graduates for their unwavering commitment and belief in the initiative. She disclosed that beyond financial empowerment, the program seeks to instill confidence, unity, and a spirit of self-reliance among women, especially those in rural communities. The graduation marked a significant milestone for women across District 1 and 2 of Riverside County, many of whom are now better equipped with knowledge and resources to manage and expand their small businesses. Local County Senator Moses Harris donated 500 raincoats and 1,000 reflective jackets to the Liberia National Police to help boost their operations during the rain season. Speaking during the handover ceremony Tuesday, Senator Cyrus emphasized his continued commitment to supporting national security institutions, citing his role on key executive boards. He praised the Liberia National Police for what he called their professionalism and announced plans to advocate for increased budgetary support for the institution in the 2026 national budget. Senator Momo Cyrus revealed his intention to provide additional support to the joint security in Lofa County, including rice and rain gear ahead of the upcoming July 26th Independence Day celebration. Inspector General Gregory Coleman, who received the donated items, expressed gratitude for the donation, stating that it will enhance officers' visibility and safety, particularly in light of increasing road traffic accidents during the rainy season. Inspector General Coleman described the donation as not only timely, but also acknowledgement of the sacrifices officers make on a daily basis. And the suspended acting chairman of the Liberia Telecommunications Authority, Abdullah Kamara, has filed a formal motion before Criminal Court A. In his motion, Mr. Kamara requested the court to drop him from a U.S. 3.5 million corruption case, arguing that he was wrongly identified as the chief executive officer of Tata Corporation. Mr. Kamara's legal team claimed that he relinquished the CEO role more than a year ago, and that current court documents mistakenly listing him as Thomas executive head. They argued that bold resolution dated May 10, 2024 officially named Fabian Nadir Lai as the company's CEO. Abdullah Hamras lawyers further argued that during the Liberian Anti-Corruption Commission investigation, both the Camara and Lati Linet clarified the leadership transition.
Sam and Juice with the news bulletin. The news bulletin is a regular feature on King's Newsroom. A reminder you listen to King's Newsroom for 5 minute news about Liberia, Africa, and our one world. Stories we follow in tonight emerging constitutional crisis predated by dozens of Liberians over outgoing and incoming Chief Justice's transition as President Joseph Boakai reportedly prepares to commission Yami Gbese as Chief Justice of Liberia. Authorities of Ministry of Transport shut down offices in protest of government's 25 years contract awarded Emily's company, Liberia Transport Management. The transport authorities backed protesting employees and described the contract as total breach of constitutional mandate. And also ahead of all dozens of Central Morovia occupants displaced by government demolition exercise sharply criticized the government and demand urgent resettlement packages for their demolished homes and businesses. Away from home, a Nigerian senator who was suspended after accusing the Senate president of sexual harassment, which he denies, has been refused entry to the parliamentary complex. People in a gold mining area in the east of the Democratic Republic of Congo are found using their bare hands and basic tools to free miners trapped on the ground. We'll take a break to be back with voices of the newsmakers. Welcome back and thanks for being there. The government of Liberia, through the office of the president, has reportedly postponed the commissioning ceremony of recently confirmed Chief Justice Yami Gbese. Justice Gbese, age 66, was confirmed by the Liberian Senate on July 17 as Chief Justice of the Republic of Liberia. According to sources, the new Chief Justice commissioning ceremony was earlier scheduled for Wednesday, July 23, despite Justice Siaden Yo not officially turning over power. The outgoing Chief Justice has since vowed to hold on to power up to the closing of the Supreme Court in August of this year.
Remember, I'll soon be leaving, but I have not left. And be careful if you don't be the one to leave before I do, because I still have that authority to relieve you of your duties. So continue to do what you ought to do, either by the dictates of your office or by the terms of reference of your respective positions within the judiciary. And I would want to say that to you circuit judges and to you magistrates that are in these three circuits that are represented here, Cape Mount, Bomi, and Mapuyi. I will want to also tell you that until August or thereabout, I am still the Chief Justice. So what the work that you ought to be doing?
Meanwhile, the president of the Liberia National Bar Association, Casado Bono Vaman, has warned against what he described as looming constitutional crisis into wrong handling of the succession between the outgoing and incoming chief justices of the Supreme Court, noting that it could lead to serious legal complications. His caution comes amid public speculation following reports that the incoming Chief Justice is expected to be commissioned by President Joseph Boakai before the official retirement of the current Chief Justice on August 15 of this year. Authorities of the Ministry of Transport have termed the 25 years contract awarded to Lebanese company Liberia Transport Management as a total breach of the ministry's constitutional mandate. On Tuesday, the Transport Ministry authorities shut down offices of the ministry as endorsement of its employees' continuous protest against what they described as controversial contract awarded to the Liberia Transport Management. LTM, a Lebanese firm, has been granted an exclusive as control of Liberia's traffic management and road systems for the next 25 years, something dozens of Liberians criticized. Ministry of Transport, Press and Public Affairs Director Shadra Brown, who addressed a press conference Tuesday, called on the government to allow the ministry carry out its constitutional responsibilities.
Should be given to the Lebanese unless they be attached to Hezbollah. Are you telling us that we undermine the relationship of America's traditional ally, Israel?
What if government fail to adhere to the constitution?
Well, it is their right. We cannot fight government. And God is government. We are here calling the government to make a new choice.
So the viewers are asking if you are angry because it is a Lebanese country or why?
It's not about being angry. It's about the laws. The Ministry of Transport was founded in 1987 that gave us all of those statutory functions to perform. You cannot go and then craft a concession using the 1972 Police Act. 1972 and 1987, which one is more earlier than that? It's 1987. So that was being devilish, that was being satanic, that was being demonic. To call on the government to make a new turn.
Yes.
Again, we call on our people as they are being peaceful in their assembly, that they will be peaceful, and we call the government of Liberia to make a new turn, and that new turn should be in the best interest of our people, because it was astonishing to know that about 265 persons will be laid out. The CS is any other says that once your position is not functional, meaning it's dormant, you'll be redundant in 3 months. So if you take motor vehicle from Ministry of Transport, you get 265 employees. You come to work, they just pass you and not doing your work. Meaning their positions are being dormant.
Yeah, so
after 3 months, they will be redundant. Yeah. And that's why we don't want. Labor law says that if one person is being employed, you help to at least capacitate at most 10%. So you do the calculation, you have a university of PFF.
Yeah, so to that point, Minister Sanyo, similar question was posed to him as to those affected employees. What become of them? He said the government will find a place for them.
I cannot speak to Mr. Sanyo's statement. I can say he's one of the official spokespersons of government. I'm speaking about those issues that affect our people. So I don't want to dwell on the state and real Mr. Sanyo.
Thank you, Mike.
I'm sure that listening to
Central.
Ministry of Transport employees who are continuing their protest have cited serious national security implications and a major financial imbalance in projected revenues if the LTA must be awarded a contract. During the Syria protest on Monday, they argued that the deal undervalues public revenue by a significant margin and accused the company's owner of having political ties to Hezbollah, a group designated as a terrorist organization by several Western nations.
This did not start from this government, it started from Ellie. Ellie refused to sign it. It went to George Weah. The company that George Weah signed, it did not have our lesson and lesson kits. But somebody dubiously play around the document and infuse the Java lesson and lesson company in this particular version. On the page 12, if you go there now, we have two contradicting documents because one carries one that has that the Java lesson and lesson play were infused in, another one carries the one that does not have it. But yes, our point. Government said that 265 employees have go to work. Your jobs are not at stake. But we are saying no to government. We cannot leave our homes and come here cannot come from Broadville, we cannot come from Boston, we cannot come from Deesville, and you tell us to just put our hands between our legs and find Zuma and play checker and take salary from government at the end of the month. This is not why we went to school. This is a technical man. I'm an administrator. We are technicians. All these people you see behind us, they have a function. They were trained. And you tell us, government say you on salary. So why are you agitating? We are agitating one because this deal is illegal. You cannot use the 1972 Act to give a concession agreement to a company. If you wanted to use any instrument, you should have used the 86 that would have given the Ministry of Transport the right to sit on the table to be part of the negotiation. But go and look at the agreement. The Ministry of Transport is nowhere part of the agreement. The government of Liberia wrote on the Ministry of Transport, rest in peace. And we are saying the Ministry of Transport is not dead and alive, and we're not going to rest in peace. I just told you, you see here, you see, look, yeah, excuse, see the parking lot, excuse me. You see the parking lot? These are the minister's parking lot. They are not, we are here. We are holding the ground. You remember when Ellie was passing over the church where? You remember it was the directors that were asked to hold the ground and the transition took place? We are the ones holding the ground. Our ministers, they are in shambles. It's our hope. The president said, love Liberia, sing Liberia, build Liberia. And almost 300 employees are calling on him to say by that slogan. If you say we should love Liberia, sing Liberia, and build Liberia, and 265 of your employees, government, bona fide employees, people that work over 20 years here, their jobs are being threatened. You talk about you paying people $150. You paying people $110, $125. Then you tell the president, just sit down, I will give you the money. That's not what we want.
Protesting employees of the Ministry of Transport. Earlier, you heard the voice of the Ministry of Transport, Press and Public Affairs Director Shadra Brown. Dozens of occupants of Nipo Street in central Monrovia left displayed as the result of government's recent massive demolition exercise in the area. Nimpo and Rano Street community with over 5,361 inhabitants and other areas in central Monrovia have hugely been affected by government demolition exercise, as several structures, including homes and businesses, have been destroyed. Some of the displayed individuals who spoke to King's FM expressed deep frustration in the government, accusing the government of demolishing their homes and businesses without prior notice to have enabled them properly vacate the area.
Realize to say, oh, this area is affected as part of the alley or whatsoever, then at least give us like maybe 2 months or 1 month or whatsoever, at least to even compensate us to move from the area before they come and do whatever they want to do there. They didn't do that. They just came, they took us unaware. My shop was broken, the whole house that I built, everything was broken. So I'm some kind of way frustrated. Right now, as I speak to you, I didn't have nowhere to go, me and my family.
So you
We're not notified far by the government. The project came on their own. They just came out the project. They start busting the area. Right now, my brother, even right now, the money I want to pay from Brown to put in the business here. Right now, I'm on it, Brown, up to $1,000 US. So I don't even know how to pay that money right now since speaking to you. And the people been running behind me every day they run it behind me. Yesterday, they even call me off. I couldn't say I don't have money. I've been to jail for more than 3.
so even they break this place, although they mark it, but they didn't come to notify us. So people will come in to come demolish the place. And the purpose of them demolishing the place, they never disclose it to us. So we're in doubt. So all of a sudden we just see that they on a Saturday because me they say they swore and this is this. And then they call us and see something or they beat us. They're sitting right on the swore. Like some of our own, they're not on the swore, but we're just near. But this building is sitting right on the swore. So everything was all damaged, even my medication, because the water flow in a lot and not built it.
Okay.
The water flow in everybody houses here, and they lose. Even one man they with the umbrella, the man has shop with everything, but the water flow in it damage everything. So up to this time, nobody has come. The man is rebuilding the building.
A crisis pre- predated by dozens of Liberians over outgoing and incoming Chief Justice's transition, as President Joseph Boakai reportedly prepares to commission Yemi Gbese as Chief Justice of Liberia. Authorities of Ministry of Transport shut down offices in protest of government's 25-year contract awarded the Northern company, Liberia Transport Management. The transport authorities back protesting employees and described the contract as total breach of constitutional mandate. Dozens of Central Morovia occupants displaced by government demolition exercise sharply criticized the government and demand urgent resettlement packages for the demolished homes and businesses. Away from home, a Nigerian senator who was suspended after the accusing the Senate president of sexual harassment, which he denies has been refused entry to the parliamentary complex. People in a gold mining area in the east of the Democratic Republic of Congo are found using their bare hands and basic tools to free miners trapped on the ground. We'll take a break to continue with more voices. Welcome back and thanks for being there. The president of the African Development Bank, Dr. Akiwumi Adesina, has urged officials of the Baka Kone administration to be proactive, demanding urgent performance in accountability and transparency. Speaking during a high level expanded cabinet meeting and the official launch of the Liberia Youth Entrepreneurship Investment Bank at the Ellen Johnson Sirleaf Ministerial Complex Tuesday, Dr. Adesinan said it's over for political grandstanding for public officials. The Nigerian economist and former Minister of Agriculture said Liberia must move beyond ceremonial governance to a model that values outcomes over political impression.
Mr. President, when you were elected in 2024 as the 26th President of the Republic of Liberia, you set out very clear with a solemn mission. You didn't come to live life. You said that day, and I was in the crowd. Liberia, your mission is to make Liberia a truly bright, shining star, a lone star forever. Yes, indeed, Liberia will shine. It will shine for its people. It was shining for its neighbors. It was shining for Africa. It was shining for the entire race with dignity and with honor. It is destined to, and it has a responsibility. Mr. President, you said in your inauguration speech on Liberia that I quote, we are yet to receive economic progress in ways that reflect the country's potential and promise. But then you continue. I believe our economic conditions can improve when we seize the opportunities we have, and that's we will do. Seizing and unlocking these opportunities is what the African Development Bank has been doing in Liberia. Trying to stick with permanent powers. Development. Basically, put it off they were fantastic and good. Since 1967, the African Development Bank has invested over $1.02 billion in Liberia across 72 projects. As of February of 2024, our active portfolio of projects includes 18 projects valued at $397 million, each destined to enhance the quality of life for all Liberians.
President of the African Development Bank, Dr. Akiwumi Adesina, speaking. Former Public Works Minister Ruth Coker Collins is encouraging Liberian women to remain resilient and stand fast amidst challenges as a means of pursuing their business endeavors. Speaking at the second graduation ceremony of the Village Savings and Loan Association recently in Town, Riverside County District 2, Madam Coca Collins applauded the efforts of more than 1,000 women who successfully completed the program. The VSLA, founded in May 2023, is a community driven initiative aimed at empowering women through access to small-scale financial services to enable them start, grow, and sustain their businesses.
Cycle program for the Village Saving and Loan Association in Niswen City. I want to say a big thank you to my sister, my friend, Select Giflot, who has stood tirelessly with me to make sure that this dream and vision of ours don't fail. Today, when we're talking about village saving, it's not something that actually originated from me. It's an idea that she brought over to us. That's why every time I travel, I like to travel because she has the history about this village saving. We are currently in another one in Monrovia where we meet as women Wednesday, twice a month. And it's doing extremely well. That's why we have decided to bring it back to our people. It's not because we have it or because we want to show that we got it, but it's because what we taught, what we learned about the village saving is important that we share with our communities. Today, you have listened to all of the testimonies about how people have been lifted, people have been able to pay their children's school fees, women are able to buttress their husbands, women are able to take initiatives. These are the reasons why we have brought this village saving, not to undermine anybody, not to politicize it, not to overlook anybody, but it is the reason why we have come so that women can stand up. Women can stand up. And today, every one of you have demonstrated that women are ready to move forward. So, our team, our motto says, empowering women for better future. Today, I want you to embrace everything today about this village saving, every idea, every additional thoughts that you have learned today, to take it to empower yourselves.
Former Public Works Minister Ruth Coker-Collins, they're speaking during the second graduation ceremony of the Village Savings and Loan Association recently in Niswen Town, Rivers County. Lofa County Senator Momon Cyrus has donated 500 raincoats and 1,000 reflective jackets to the Liberia National Police to help bolster their operations during the rainy season. Speaking during the handover ceremony on Tuesday, Senator Cyrus emphasized his continual commitment to supporting national security institutions, citing his role on key executive boards. He further praised the Liberia National Police for what he called their professionalism and announced plans to advocate for increased budgetary support for the institution in the 2026 national budget.
We are pleased at this hour as chairperson of the National Security Committee, which comprises of Defense, Intelligence, Security, and Veteran Affairs, to have thought that with the professionalism the Liberian police continue to exhibit out there, I want to commend you first for the hard work. And we think this team is doing extremely well to protect the life and the property, and we are under obligation to support you as chairperson of the Security Committee. Against that background, we don't believe in words, we believe in actions, and we believe in support. And let me tell you this afternoon on our voice. We will do everything possible at the level of the national legislature to support you through your budgetary allotment come 2026. We know the challenge you faced. We know the tax you have got to execute. All we can do for you is to support you. So, but for my colleague, in order to see how sincere we'll be when we're advocating for you, we decided to take a little step. And we know the rain is raging. And at this point in time, we felt that we want to give you support. And so today, we came to donate 1,000 police vests, all reflective. And by extension, sometimes this week, since I'm from Lofa County, we'll be giving the joint security the 300 bags of 25 kg rice to the joint security of Lofa County. And we'll also be giving them 150 rain gear just to support them for the rainy season. That is what we want to do for the 26, for the police and the joint security of the Republic of Liberia. Having said that, Mr. Inspector General, I want to say thanks for the hard work, thanks for the coordinations. I mean, security is a difficult thing. You may not get all the praise, but you can rest assured that the Liberian government through the Senate the chairperson on the security committee, which is your own friend and brother, Momo Saros, will support you and support the Liberian National Police. So at this hour, I want to say thank you for the hard work, and we are here to donate the strike.
Is Lofa County Senator Mama Saros, Inspector General of Police Colonel Gregory Coleman, who received the donated items, expressed gratitude for the donation, stating that it will enhance officers' visibility and safety, particularly in light of increasing road traffic accidents during the rainy season.
For making this sacrifice for us. I mean, it speaks to the fact that our service is not going unnoticed, that there are people amidst all of the challenges that do appreciate us and what we do for the Liberian people. Apart from being our own chair in the Senate, I think this goes beyond just your role as chairman, but as a Liberian who understands the business very well, who also have been a member of this sector in so many different ways to appreciate what is being done. And what we're receiving today is not because of what Gregory Coleman does, it is because of each and every one of you and the men, women under your leadership at different levels. It is our hope that it will be used in the best interest of the people to protect lives and property, to also contribute towards our advancement in road safety issues in this country. Honorable Senator, I keep making the call every time that we have an opportunity to speak about this. The biggest killer right now, as far as public safety is concerned, is road traffic accident, not crime. And we are taking on robust means in engaging through education, through enforcement. And the rain has been a challenge for us because we have some of the officers who have got rain gears, and some of them are basically almost interchanging. So this particular support to us, it means a lot. It's a great support in not just covering the police officer for their own health and safety, contributing towards saving the lives of other Liberians. So we want to say thank you. And we want to use this medium also.
Police Inspector General Gregory Coleman. Away from home, a Nigerian senator who was suspended after accusing the Senate president of sexual harassment, which he denies, has been refused entry to the parliamentary complex. Natasha Akpoti has linked the 6-month suspension to her accusation, but the Senate leadership said it was because of unruly and disruptive behavior during a legislative session. On Tuesday, her convoy was halted at the outer gate of the National Assembly in Abuja. Continuing on foot, she was stopped by security at the inner gate. And people in a gold mining area in the east of Democratic Republic of Congo are found using their bare hands and basic tools to free miners trapped underground. 6 have been pulled out alive, with 1 seriously injured since shift collapsed in Low Morad in the early hours of Sunday, local journalists told the BBC. There have been conflicting reports on the death toll. One resident said that 12 bodies had been found, but Barak said no bodies had been recovered. Well, on that note, that's how we come to the near end of this edition of King's News Boom. But before we leave, a quick reminder of stories we followed in the headlines. Emerging constitutional crisis predated by dozens of Liberians over outgoing and incoming Chief Justice's transition as President Joseph Boakai reportedly prepares to commission Yami Gbese as Chief Justice of Liberia. Authorities of Ministry of Transport shut down offices in protest of government's 25 years contract awarded Lebanese company Liberia Transport Management. The transport authorities backed protesting employees and described the contract as total breach of constitutional mandate. You also heard in the news dozens of central Morovia occupants displaced by government demolition exercise sharply criticized the government and demand urgent resettlement packages for the demolished homes and businesses. Away from home, a Nigerian senator who was suspended after accusing the Senate president of sexual harassment, which he denies has been refused entry to the parliamentary complex. People in a gold mining area in the east of the Democratic Republic of Congo are found using their bare hands and basic tools to free miners trapped underground. Many thanks to our reporters, correspondents, and all those who helped in making this edition of King's Newsroom a success. Sam Andrews brought you the news bulletin. Otis Sankansala control and handle the technical aspect of this edition. On behalf of the team, I'm Sherman Dale. I presented. Thanks for listening and watching.